afternoon, everybody. I wanted to make a very quick tutorial video on how to log in and use some of the basic features of Kami. Kami is a new program that the school has purchased this year that allows you to annotate and mark up and grade PDFs, which, if you're unfamiliar, PDFs are very difficult to work with because that's kind of the point. Once you make something a PDF, it stays that way. But if you buy a lot of worksheets or things from Teachers Pay Teachers and you want your kids to be able to use them, but you don't want to have to print them every time, or you have online learners, this is a wonderful platform. We have had access to this for a little bit, but we haven't had access to the Google Classroom integration part, but now we finally do. So now I'm going to show you some of the stuff. I'm going to be doing a full-on training on this soon, so keep an eye out for that, but I wanted to make sure everyone had the very basics so you could start playing with it now. So there's 3 different ways you can do things through Kami, and every single teacher has access to this now. Like, it's been forced out to your computers, and all of the middle school and high school students have had it forced onto their computers as well. The elementary students do have access to it, we just haven't manually put it on there yet. So you have 3 ways to do it. The first way is that you can just go to kamiapp.com and then just click on sign in, and it will sign you in. It's being persnickety for some reason. Let me refresh this real quick. Oh, okay, there we go. Yay, now I can click it. So you'll click sign in. It'll prompt you to log in with Google. Just go ahead and use your River Road credentials, obviously. I'm already signed in, so it just signed me in. There's a few different ways, what you see here, that you can open up PDFs to look at. And you also have your recents down here to access kind of quickly. So what you can do is you can open from your Google Drive, and the first time you do this, it'll ask you for permissions to link Kami and your Drive together, and it's okay that you do that. Then you have all your stuff in your Drive right here. You can also make it search by PDFs. You just click this PDF little tab, and it will only show you PDFs to choose from, and then you just choose one and say select. I'm not going to open that one because I want to show you all other ways of opening it. You can also make a classroom assignment from here, but I'm going to show you a different way to do that too, just so that you know. Second way you can access Kami is just straight up through your Drive, go find you a PDF. So for example, I have this PDF here. If I right click on it and go to open with, I have a little button that says annotate with Kami, and if I click that, it will open a new tab, and that PDF will open in Kami. Now, something to keep in mind is that when you do this, whatever markings, annotations, things I put on this PDF, it will stay on that PDF, even if I'm not looking at it in Kami. That's just something you're going to want to keep in mind. So if you do a whole bunch of like scribbling and putting random notes and things just to test it, make sure you make a copy of this first, or that you don't care what it is you're writing all over. We'll look at some of these tools here in a moment. The final way you can make assignments for your kids is in Classroom. So here's my test room I do stuff in. Go to create. Notice that you have assignment and Kami assignment. That's what you want to make sure you click. When you click it, it's going to take it a minute to open up, just because it's a different editor than the standard assignment editor, because it actually loads it up in a little Kami window for you. So then you can do this here. Just call this Kami demo instructions in the PDF. There aren't, but it doesn't matter. Choose the classroom you want. I open it in this one, so that's the default. This is your standard, Google Classroom stuff over here on the right. Over here, you can choose how you want to put that PDF. You can link to one. If you have one downloaded to your computer, you can do it here, or you can open it in your Google Drive, and you get a very similar window to when you opened it with this Kami website over here. So same thing, I'm just going to go in this way, choose my PDF. I'll just pick this one. It's a graphic organizer. This is what you want to make sure it says this. Make a copy for each student, or else they will all be writing on the same PDF, and that is a bad time. The first time or two that you do a Kami assignment with your students, you may leave these up. To me, it makes unnecessary distractions in the classroom window, and they click those and they get confused, and it's not, I honestly wouldn't bother with it. This button we will spend more time talking about later, but essentially you can turn on or you can turn off different different tools. So if you have kids who Forgive me, the bells are going off. If you have kids who tend to use the drawing tool a lot, maybe when they're not supposed to be, you can manually turn that off for them. You can also have the default to all of them off if you only want them to do highlighting, or if you only want them to be able to do, make rectangles to mark out certain things, or maybe you only want them to insert images and only from specific places, maybe only from their drive or from searching or a YouTube video, whatever. I'll leave all of these on for now. And then you just say assign. Now on the student's end, they will see an assignment just like they're used to seeing. It'll show them. So I can open in Classroom here. It'll open a new tab for me. And we're loading, and we're loading. I believe in you. And this is the exact same kind of window that you're used to seeing when you're grading assignments in Classroom. So you will, defaults to instructions, but you will be able to see the PDF. I can go in here to student work, and each one of the students will have their own copy once they actually go in to do it and they start writing on it, and I'll be able to click it and open it and see what they've been doing with it. And then I can give them a grade and stuff. So that's how it works on the Classroom end. Let me very quickly just kind of run through some of the tools you have here. So you have over here on the left, these are all the different tools that you can turn on and turn off. You can have your descriptions come on and off as well. So you can turn these and activate them all or none of them or just select ones for your students. So the little finger here, this is your select tool. You have a dictionary for obvious reasons. Notice it just brings up, whatever it is you highlight. That's pretty helpful. You have a text-to-speech option, so if I'm, this PDF happens to be pre-coded with like typing spots, so I can put this right here.
Beautiful.
And it will start going for me. Sorry, yeah, I confused myself. But this lets you...
The beautiful...
Starts reading it out loud. Just like any of our other little tools do, like read, write, or whatever. The markup tool, this is where you get lots of your fun things. You have highlighters, strike-throughs, underlines, so I can take all this and it highlights it. Your undo button is here. I know you're going to want it. I can do strike-through like this. And it strikes it through. And it strikes it through in the color I choose, so if I wanted it to be, strike through in black, I can do that as well. It'll also show me who did what. I can duplicate things, get rid of things. Good stuff. You can insert comments, voice comments, video comments. You can insert text box. You can even do equations. The drawing tool has, it's pretty self-explanatory what it does. Excuse me. You have different shapes here that you can choose and play with. You can erase certain things. This just gets rid of drawings and shapes, and this one will get rid of everything. You can import media from your drive. You can search. You can go to YouTube and, just look at it. You can copy and paste it, or you can open YouTube and do it that way. And then they can also put in a signature if they want to. I have a few signatures here that I was playing with, and you can just say insert and drop it there, if that's something you ever wanted to do. I don't know why it is, but there it is. So that's just a very, very quick run through. This lets you download however you made it. This will save it, so this does the hard copy version, like I said. So if I do like a drawing, great. And then notice it even says saved, right? I can manually save it right there. Wonderful. Save changes now. I've made my save. Wonderful. You can print it, share it, download it. More options here in the menu. But if I go back to my drive now and I look at that same PDF, the changes should be there, which is why I'm saying it's either it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. It just kind of depends on if you want it to stay on there forever. It's loading. Oh, it's tired today. I feel it. But, so that's a very quick run through of Kami. Like I said, I'll be doing a very full explanation and training later. So if that's something that you're interested in, just be watching your inbox. If you have any questions about this, feel free to email me and let me know. But yeah, go ahead and start exploring with it, playing with it. It's got a lot of cool tools. So maybe go find one of your handouts that you've been using for years and assign it digitally and see what happens with it. Thank you all for watching. If you have anything, let me know.